Marhaba, أنا اسمي Heather, and this is the Kitaab Unit 7 vocabulary list. This is just what I came up with as some mnemonic devices to help me remember the vocabulary. I'm starting from the bottom of the list and going up. Please listen to the pronunciations on the website because I'm still learning these two and I might pronounce them kind of wrong. But the first word from the bottom up is ministry. And you can remember it by thinking of the Ministry of Magic in Harry Potter. Picture yourself in the Ministry of Magic building, and you see all those wizards all over who are controlling the wizarding world. And the word is wizara, and plural is wizarat. Again, think of those wizards who control the ministry, and the word is wizara. And then, if you think of them, all the wizards turning people into rats, and there being thousands of rats, so many, multiple rats, wizarat for the plural. The next word is there is. So if you think of a little old man and he hears somebody knocking on his door, and he says, "Hunaka," like, who's knocking on my door? "Hunaka, hunaka on my door," because he knows there's something there because somebody is knocking. So the word for there is hunaka, bifusha. And bishami, think of yourself driving down a road and you see all these signs that say there is a fee. There is a fee to park in this parking garage. There's a fee to park in this parking garage. Every time you see something that says there is parking, it always says there is a fee. And so you just get so sick of seeing all those fees that whenever you see a sign that says there is, you just know, oh, shoot, there's going to be a fee. Again, the word for there is, bishami, is fee. The next word is money. So if you think of the Julian Smith video, Milk, where the guy says milk instead of milk and everyone gets really mad at him, if you think of tons and tons and gallons of milk just cascading down, you are so rich, you have so much money to buy so much milk. Mal is all you can think of. The word for money, bifusa, is mal. And then the plural is I'm well. And if you think you have so much milk to drink that you're well, I'm well, I'm doing well because I have so much milk to drink because I have so much money. I'm well is the plural. Mal is the singular for money, bifusa. Bishami, it's more colloquial and more familiar. So you're with your friends and you accidentally dumped milk on them because you have so much money. So you just say, masari. The word for money, bishami, is masari. And so you can just shrug it off, masari. I'm sorry I have so much money. The next word is, we're going to skip around a little bit. We're going to go to he died. And so if you think of someone talking with a British accent who's really insensitive and really snobby, well, it doesn't matter that your friend died. I don't really care. Matter, with an aleph, matter is the Fusha word for he died. And then for she died, it's matat. And so you can think of the British person again saying, you think that she mattered to you? Matat for she died, and matter for he died. And then bishami is just mat and matit. Then the word for biggest or oldest. If you think of how to say what's up, you know, shu akhbarik, but you ask your friend what's up, you say shu akhbarik, and they just see the biggest, hugest, oldest tree in the entire world, and they're so amazed that they forgot how to pronounce akhbarik, so they just say akhbar. It's like the word akhbarik, but it's just akbar with the I'm forgetting the names for the letters. The cap instead of the just the ka, the clean ka. Akbar for biggest or oldest, because it was so big and so old and so amazing. It just took your breath away and you forgot how to say what's up to your friend. The next word is for economy or economics. And you get on the news and you look at the economy and it just is just so sad to you. And someone says, what's wrong with her? and you just say al-iqtisad, al-iqtisad, al-iqtisad. Al-iqtisad is the word for economics or economy, and you remember that when you looked at the economy, you looked sad. Al-iqtisad. It kind of sounds like I looked sad because you're so sad about the economy. The next word up is to live, and so you're crossing the street and you almost get hit by a car, and you don't know if you're going to say yikes or sheesh, like that driver is horrible, and so you kind of say them both, and it comes out as yayish, yayish, like yikes and sheesh, yayish. But you know, is for the verb to live because you lived, you survived that yikes sheesh moment. Yayish. The next word up is general or public, and the word is an or an, and you think of someone that you don't want to come to the party, but they invite themselves anyway. And the awkward thing is that it's a general or public party, like anybody can come, it's general, it's public, but you don't want them to come, and so when they ask about it, you just say or depending on male or female. The next word up is for preparatory, referring to school, like such as middle school or junior high school. And the word is ayudadi, ayudadi, or ayudadi. And you know, junior high is just so crazy that you come home from school and your dad's like, how was it? And you're just like, ay, 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 daddy, I don't even know what I'm doing. Ayudadi, ayudadi, ayudadi. The next word up is for hospital. And you have such, the word is mustashfa, or plural, mustashfayat, and you have such a big mustache that it has like grown down over your mouth, and you can't eat your food, and you were starving to death, and they take you to the hospital because they have to surgically remove that mustache. The word is mustashfa, mustashfa, and if it gets so fat, then you need multiple hospitals to fix it. Mustashfat. Mustashfat is plural because you need multiple hospitals to fix the super fat mustache. But if it's just one mustache, it's just mustashfa. Mustashfa. Next up is the prefix for future tense. And so you're carrying these really heavy groceries, and the only thing you're hanging on to is the thought that you are going to be able to put these heavy groceries down. And you just want to set them down because they're so heavy, you want to set them down. And so befusha, the prefix is set, set. And bishami, it's rah or ha. And so you're so out of breath from carrying these heavy groceries that you want to set down, that you're out of breath, and your breath is raspy like rah or ha, ha, because you're panting, rah or ha. Thanks for bearing with me, everyone. The next word up is a phrase, God rest her soul. So if you think of at a funeral, everyone's singing hymns that are a cappella. So, you know, a cappella is raw because it's not cooked. So, Rahim. So if you think Rahim ha-Allah, Rahim ha-Allah. If you think of the Rahims and then the suffix for her, ha, and then Allah, Rahim ha-Allah, Rahim ha-Allah. May God rest her soul, Rahim ha-Allah. And then the Fusha, it's a little bit different. Sorry, that was Fusha. For Shaami, you say Allah yarhama, Allah yarhama. Or you think of it as like, you say Allah first, but then at the funeral you pat her mother on the shoulder and you say, you're her mom. Allah yarhama, Allah yarhama. Like, you should be the saddest one here. You were her mom. Allah yarhama. May God rest her soul. We are just about done here. Next up is foreign affairs. So if you have seen the movie Hercules or know about Greek mythology, Hera is the god of the sky. So, and we know the prefix al makes something definite. So if you think of the Hera, but you kind of have to make Hera sound foreign because we don't really have the sound for that in English. al-Kharijiyya. So you're telling a story about Hera because you're talking about the foreign affairs because it's happening in Greece. It's foreign affairs. So you say, the Hera, she went to the store. Al-Kharijiyya, al-Kharijiyya, al-Kharijiyya. And it sounds foreign, so you have to remember it's ha instead of ha. Al-Kharijiyya. And then bishami is basically the same word. It's just al-Kharijiyya, al-Kharijiyya. So you're saying it a little faster instead of al-Kharijiyya. Then for the word for accident, you are driving your beautiful limousine, and all of a sudden someone drops a guillotine on it and chops the end of your limousine off. So you no longer have a full limousine. So because the first part of it got chopped off, you now have muhzin, muhzin, or muhzina. And it is so saddening and distressing that your limousine got chopped in half. So remember, the word for saddening or distressing is muhzin, muhzin, bifusha. Now, bi'amiyya, you're walking through a grocery store and suddenly a bee comes along and zaps you right by the aisle. Biza'il, biza'il, biza'il. That's the word for sad or distressing bishami. Because you're walking through the grocery store and the bee, biza'il, the bee zaps you in the middle of the aisle. Biza'il. A couple words left. Next up is crazy. So you are at the opera and you are up on the mezzanine level, and you take a sledgehammer. You're up on the mezzanine and you take a sledgehammer, and the clock strikes noon, and you just jump off into the middle of the audience and go soaring, and that is crazy. So the word for crazy is majnoon or majnoona. And then for the plural form, it's mezzanine. So remember, it's so crazy that you brought a sledgehammer to the opera and you're up on the mezzanine level, and then when the clock strikes noon, majnoon or majnoona, you jump off into the audience, and that is so crazy. And if everybody does it, then the whole entire mezzanine breaks. So the word is mezzanine, mezzanine, mezzanine. Then the word for accident. So you're talking to your friend Edith, and she tells you something terrible that happens, and at first you start laughing accidentally, and then you realize it's sad, and you try to say, oh, Edith, like, I'm sorry. So the word is hadith, hadith. And then for plural, it's huwadith, like, wah, huwadith, because you start laughing, you say hadith, hadith, like, you start laughing, and then you express to your friend Edith that you're so sorry, so hadith. But then if a whole bunch of accidents happen to her, multiple accidents, it's huwadith, because you're really sad that she got in multiple accidents. So you start crying, you laugh, and then you cry, huwadith. Then finally, the word for secondary, thanawi, somebody else comes first because they're more important, and then afterwards, then we go. Thanawi, thanawiye, thanawi, thanawiye. They go first, and then secondary, thanawi, thanawiye, then we go. And our last word is first, the adjective you might remember from a couple units ago. Awul means first, but it's the male form. So for the female form, it's ula. And ula sounds like drool, kind of. And if you think, this is the first girl strange little Freddy has ever seen, so he is going to drool, because she's the only girl he's ever seen. So ula, because first and feminine, ula. And then he might cat call or something, and that might sound like ow, ow, or owl, because owl is first for male adjectives, and then ula is first for female adjectives. I hope this video was somewhat helpful to you, and that it was worth your time if you have stuck through to the end. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Wasalama.